I believe something good is going to happen to me tomorrow. Welcome to another episode of Thoughts on the Go. I'm Adam. These are my thoughts. I'm on the go, going for another run. That was a video of Brian Tracy. You always see him on Reels, I'm sure, if you're ever on Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. But he said when you go to bed, make sure you say to yourself and repeat, something good's going to happen to me tomorrow. And when you wake up in the morning, you say, something good is going to happen to you today. I was also watching a video from Dana White, president of the UFC, and he was talking about manifesting. Manifesting is real. Manifesting is real. And I was going to do a video just on manifesting, and it kind of is, I guess, because I'm talking about, believing that something good is going to happen tomorrow, but also putting in the work is real. Not giving up is real. And I've talked about this on other videos as well, but 20 plus years in the construction industry, 15 plus years buying houses, flipping houses, living in my renos, and then giving back and helping other people as well in the real estate and construction industries, and just in life. If you ever have anything going on, always make sure to reach out to me. Always happy to help. We talk about putting in that work and then the manifesting. Well, the biggest thing is making sure that you are staying positive and that you aren't giving up. And sometimes you just go through droughts and you get stuck in that, just in that hamster wheel, and over and over and over again. And I was there 2 years ago. I was always just trying to chase like the next promotion. I want to, help. I want to supervise a bigger project, right? I want all that fame. I want all that notoriety from being in that position. And it wasn't until I stopped and started doing my the 365-day fitness challenge. When I started doing that, and people talk about 100 days. If you do something for 100 days, 100 hours, 100 times, you kind of things start opening up, and then you get really good at it. But anyways, so when I was running, I just remember all of a sudden like having all this clarity. I was doing a lot of running at the time, and I just remember just clarity coming over me and just thinking like, look at all these opportunities I'm missing because I'm putting so much effort into just one thing and worrying about the money. And the money was never the answer. I was chasing money. I wanted to make more money. I wanted to flip more houses, buy more investment properties, for the sole purpose of having freedom to spend time with the family that I was neglecting at home while I was trying to make more money and working 16, 18, 20-hour days, sometimes working till 2 in the morning, installing tile floor, on a rental property, crazy. But then I realized if I just, and my wife, she's amazing too, because she has the same mindset. Like, let's just if you just cut back your spending, if you cut back your requirements for living, all of a sudden you have that freedom. And so also with that, just a note, if you're a real estate investor, make sure that you can hire people to do all the work for you and you're not spending time. It's like for any business thing, you buy back your time principle. You want to spend time building the business, not in the business. So if you're doing all the work, then you're definitely not going to be able to grow your business. Again, you're not being able to look at those opportunities because you're so single-minded. So when I freed up my time and started spending more time on myself and exercising, and all of a sudden I saw those opportunities. But also I was looking for those opportunities as well, because once I saw one opportunity, I was like, hey, wait a minute. And I was doing a lot of mindset training stuff in the morning. I wake up and it's like for the first 5 minutes, all you do is write down what's on your mind and what you have to get off your plate. So it'd be like, I got to call Rogers and rework my cell phone bill. And I'm like, okay, I'm doing that today at 10. I got to go to the bank and do this. I got to do, whatever it is. And then the next time you're supposed to say an affirmation, what you want to happen in your life. I say, I want to help people get started in real estate investing, grow a coaching business. That's the kind of things I would be saying. And then you say 3 things that you're grateful for. And it's whatever the first 3 things that come to your mind, that's what you're going to write down. So it's always like life, family. I've talked about this in other videos too. And then I remember the one day and the word opportunity popped into my mind. And then all of a sudden, okay, we talk about manifesting or, having that positive mindset. All of a sudden, opportunities started coming my way. I was grateful to do some speaking gigs. Different opportunities came, business opportunities came up as well. Partnerships with some people, and some worked, some didn't. But the opportunities were there, and the opportunities, you learn from some of those things. And I like to say, you talk about failures is really a failure if you learn from it and you grew from it. And now the position I'm in now in life and business and work is greater than it ever would have been before if I didn't take those opportunities that were there, whether they were good or bad. It doesn't matter. I am where I am now. I'm, like I said, grateful for my wife and my family that we've grown together and grown stronger and better. And, I see the error of my ways and not spending enough time with my family and my wife. You put them on the back burner. But also when we look at it, so I like to say, don't, like this whole work-life balance thing, you have to look at it as over a year, or over a month, over a week, not over a day. But you always want to make sure that you can fit in some time for yourself. That's why I go for these runs, 20, 30-minute run. It's time for me just I can put on music, I can put on podcasts, whatever I want. I do a lot of driving for work, so I've got that time as well. I can put on a podcast or an audio book or listen to some music, but I usually like to do something productive while I'm driving. So, or talk to AI, do that a lot as well. So yeah, we talk about putting in that work. So that was it right there. And that's putting in the work as well. Listening to those podcasts and talking to AI and trying to grow my knowledge on AI systems and listen to podcasts on real estate and business. I listen to a lot of Brad Lee. I listen to the Savvy Investor podcast. Rob Dyrdek's got a good podcast on mindset and life. So listen to a bunch of his stuff. And again, that's all positivity. Like, I'm not listening to news. I'm not listening to commentary on politics. The only thing I'm listening to is people talking about how they grew their business, how they overcame obstacles. Listening to the positivity that's out there. And so for me, I'm at a point where my life is so positive now, in such a good headspace, mind space, because all that negativity is gone from there. I search up positive, quotes and motivational quotes and everything on, Instagram and Facebook. So when I go on Instagram and Facebook, all I'm flooded with is business people like Cody Sanchez and Gary Vee, Dan Martell, the School of Hard Knocks guy goes around interviewing billionaires all over the world. Like that's what my algorithm. So as soon as I go on, it doesn't matter if it's in the morning. People say, don't go on Facebook in the morning. Are you kidding me? I go on Facebook in the morning and I'm just pounded with positivity. So to say that, that's it. You know what I do in the morning? I wake up, wash my face, get dressed, check out Facebook for 5 or 10 minutes, get pumped because I'm seeing something positive, and away I go. There's my morning routine. And that's it. And then my whole life, like I said, when I'm driving, and then I'm on site, and the best part about working in the construction industry, even though there's setbacks, there's always forward progression. We never take a building apart. We're always just building. Now, sometimes there's delays and changes and all that stuff, but we are always moving forward on a construction site. Every shovel in the ground, every brick that goes up, every bucket of concrete that gets poured, every piece of drywall that's installed in the floor, there is always so much progression. So when you're around that every day and you're listening to all that positivity, so you talk about manifesting. Well, I put myself in the positions though to make sure that what I'm manifesting will come to be. We talk about this with my son and stuff. You think about, you got to make choices in life, and who do you hang around with, and who you surround yourself with, and the types of activities that you do is going to make who you are. And then that's what's going to influence your own actions. So, you know, if you're playing sports and you're constantly with, you know, you're playing soccer and the guys are working out and exercising and practicing every day, then you're now in a position to succeed better at that sport because you're around those people. It doesn't matter anything else. Like I said, construction industry, you know, you're working towards the common good. If you've got a startup business, right? Everybody working towards the common good. So yes, you manifested starting that business, but you're putting in the work, and then you're surrounding yourself with the right people and the right mindset to make sure that you're going to achieve those goals. So I'll leave you with this. Something good's going to happen to you tomorrow. Something good's going to happen to me tomorrow. Something good's still going to happen to me today. When I go for this run, I'm going to feel invigorated. I'm going to go home, spend some time with my wife, my kids, and that's going to be a good day. And I have good days because of that pro mindset that I always talk about. And you can have those good days if you've got that pro mindset yourself.